Vinton Nation, it is day 26 of the challenge, and next Monday is a holiday, so I've canceled the evening classes. There were a bunch of people who were registered. I apologize. I sent out an email to you personally as soon as the classes came online, or as soon as the classes were taken offline, I should say. And I did put up an extra one in the morning at 8 a.m. Okay, so there's an extra morning class on Monday, May 18th, but no night classes. So no 6:15 and no 7:30. Okay. All right. Okay, so more on questions here. Let's talk about one that's I think is pretty interesting and pretty important, and that is protein when you're not lifting. All right, so what should my protein levels be if I'm not working out? Okay, well, there are many reasons to eat protein, well beyond working out. All right, so let's just go through some of the functions of protein, okay? Some of the things, some of the areas in the body where protein can be found, which is virtually everywhere. We are basically made of protein and water, and then of course some fat as well. So, you know, when you look at things like your hair, your teeth, your nails, your bone, your organs, blood vessel, like pretty much everything is largely made up of, if not entirely, largely made up of protein, with the exception of water. Okay, when we're looking at the actual tissue, it's all protein. We are protein beings. Most living things are made up of protein. Okay, hormones. Okay, chemical messengers in the body. These are either fats or proteins. Okay, a lot of them are proteins. Enzymes. Okay, you can think of these as catalysts that allow reactions to happen in the body, which are going on, you know, by the billions every day. These are all made up of protein. When you look at your immune system is largely made up of protein. Your white blood cells are protein. Okay, but protein is really important for your immune system. Okay, if you have a higher protein diet, you have a higher immunity. You know, muscle contractility, right? The ability to move. I'm not just talking about the tissue, I'm talking about if you look at actually how movement occurs, the reaction of the movement, how different contractile elements grab each other, it's via proteins. Okay, so just protein surrounds virtually everything in our body. Okay, and there's more I can talk about too. We can look at neurotransmitters and all these types of things. But let's talk more about functionality, all right? So, you know, like, okay, so you're not working out with weights. Do you need as much protein? A lot of people think you don't. Okay, well, you know, just keep in mind that protein and fat are the only two macros that are actually essential to the human, to humans. I think probably we all know people who have not been very responsible following a vegetarian diet, and you know, consequently they had, you know, issues with, you know, hair falling out or wounds not healing, that type of thing. So, you know, protein is so important for that. So you want to look at, it goes beyond the aspect of supporting muscle tissue. It really supports the whole body. And, you know, just keep in mind that everything in our body is going through a life cycle. That is, it's being broken down and then it's being recreated. So, you know, it's important to be feeding the body, you know, ample amounts of protein. You know, this is why when people eat more protein, they typically say, well, my hair is growing faster, my nails are growing faster. And you will notice too, if you have a cut or something, it's going to heal much faster. This is a big one here. Less hunger. Okay, so, well, why is that? Well, because it turns off the hormone that makes you hungry and it turns on the hormone that makes you feel full. That's what protein does when you have protein. This is why when you eat protein, you feel full. even if you have less calories of protein versus other calories of other food. It's going to make you fuller. And in fact, studies have shown just when people increase their protein, that we see a reduction in anywhere from 31 to 52% of calories. All right, so this is actually one thing I usually tell my clients if they come in. They say, listen, do you want just some very basic help with your diet? And they'll say, sure. I'll say, okay, listen, let's just increase, this is of course after looking at what they're currently eating, let's just increase your protein. Just increase your protein every day. And you're gonna drop weight. Why? Because chances are they're gonna eat less calories, and they're also gonna feel more satiated. Okay, so protein plays a huge role in this, okay? Now let's not forget too that protein has the highest thermic effect, right? About 30% of the calories in protein goes to digesting digesting that particular food. Whereas if you look at carbohydrates or fat, we're looking anywhere from 2 to, about 8% max. Okay, so, protein is way, way, way more costly for, in terms of digestion. Okay, in terms of the amount of energy it takes to digest it. Okay, now when we're eating more protein too, we're getting a lot more things like omega-3s and carnosine and creatine and vitamin D and B12. And these are all important for wakefulness, for, as I already mentioned, curbing your appetite, for motivation. Yes, that's right. Stimulating the right neurotransmitters in the brain to feel motivated and to feel awake, and obviously to have good cognition, right? Creatine has been proven. Creatine is one of the most studied ergogenic aids out there. But one thing that we didn't quite know and that we're seeing more and more evidence of is its ability to facilitate in preventing things like dementia and Alzheimer's, these cognitive diseases. And so all of these things, the DHA, carnosine, creatine, vitamin D, B12, these are all in animal foods, okay? You don't get these from plant foods, okay? Or if you get some of them, it's very, very little amount, okay? These all come from animal foods. All right, we see a lowering in blood pressure, okay? Just from increasing your protein. We see a lowering in blood pressure, probably because it's a diuretic. I imagine that would play some role in it. And of course, as I mentioned, we see faster recovery, not just muscular recovery, but recovery in general. Recovery from bruising, recovering from muscle tears, recovering from ligament and tendon problems, recovering from cuts, broken bones. Okay, bone is over 50% protein. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, you might think that protein is only related to guys who want to work out in the gym and get bigger, but it's not. Okay, it goes well beyond that. All right, think of recovery in general. Think about your body working as a system and having that system work effectively and efficiently. And think about your immunity. Okay. Okay, I was expecting to talk a lot more. I was expecting to talk a lot more about a lot of other things, but it's already 8 minutes. Let's get to the message of the day. And it is somewhere on my sheet. This is you versus you. This is not you versus anyone else. I hear this time and time again. I know so-and-so that's doing this. Why, how come it works for them? I don't know, but it's besides the point, okay? You just, you may have to work harder. You may not have to work as hard. Okay, you may be able to get away with more, you may not be able to. We don't know. We don't know what everybody does all the time. All right, so I'm always fascinated when people say, oh, well, I know so-and-so and they eat this way. It's like, do you live with them? Well, no. Well, how do you know how they eat? You don't know how they eat. Okay, you might see here and there, but you really don't know. But the point is to focus on you, because focusing on other people will not help you. It's not gonna help you at all. It's pointless. Figure out what will help you and then focus on that, because that's the only thing that's gonna help you, okay? Focusing on things that are out of your control are pointless. They're utterly pointless. So focus on you. This is you versus you. If you don't like what you see, look for areas where you can improve and improve upon them, okay? And know that this is a process. It will not happen overnight. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Submit and commit. Keep moving forward. We are, well into, well, we're not well into, but we're in week 4, if you can believe it. And just keep going, you guys. Stay positive and keep going. Perseverance is the key to success. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and as always, give some gratitude. I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Hopefully I'll see you maybe in class tomorrow. See you guys.